All right, so all my mess, my eh, and I don't know how I feel about this has finally paid off because not talking shit about Last of Us on HBO before I watched it, now I don't have to eat my own words because oh my gosh, is that show amazing. I am so glad I did not say anything negative yet before just watching the trailer. I, I I had negative feelings about it. I wasn't excited, but watching the first two episodes that finally dropped a couple of weeks ago, and oh my gosh, it is absolutely phenomenal. The lighting, the settings, everything is so amazing. So we get so many. So it takes on its own story, and I love that, but it also holds so many game points where you still have that feeling, the exact same feeling you had when you played the game. And I mean, the story has pretty much the same kind of feel to it, with just different changes to make it more of a cinematic story versus a walking gameplay story, and I love that. So going and exploring with the characters Joel and Tess, amazing actor and actress. Pedro Pascal, as you know, I mean, he's obviously the Mandalorian. You guys love him. He is basically dad of the year at this point. Just another cement, just another brick in his house of building his empire of dad of the year. I mean, after Mandalorian, I mean that's what's been ever on everyone's mind. But he did an amazing job. And Tess, oh my gosh, it is so great to see Anna Torv again. I mean, Fringe was such a big part of my childhood, man. I mean, it's a better version of X-Files. It's with its mystery, its dark themes like this show, and so many interesting anomalies. I mean, Fringe is one of the best slash underrated TV programs of all time, and it's sad that it had to end the way it did, but Anna Torv is absolutely stunning as Tess, and Tess and Joel's relationship in this is peak. I can't wait to see what's going to happen next. Well, I mean, we're not going to see any more of them, but you know what I mean. It was great to see what we could, and Joel and his daughter's relationship, oh my gosh, those two were absolutely phenomenal. So we get to explore more of Joel and his daughter and what his daughter was doing beforehand. And also we get to see more of the town and how the virus set up, a little bit that through his daughter who went to go get the watch repaired. We only get to see the watch already repaired in the game. We have a little side quest with her where she gets the watch repaired. I mean, not that exciting, but we do get to see how the town reacts to the virus because of her, and I think that's really interesting. And also we get a backstory to this virus immediately, and I love what they're doing with that. The world's perception of it, the locals, the scientists, the just everyday man, everyone's reacting to this at the same time, and I love that. I mean, the show has a 9.6 or something like that on IMDb, and also a 90 something percent on Rotten Tomatoes right now. And as an adaptation and a world of adaptations, that's a pretty good deal. I mean, especially for a video adaptation where a lot of those get very poorly reviewed. Also, I mean, especially when you're going to compare it to shit like Velma, which 1.4, yeah. I mean, adaptations so far have not been doing well lately, but this one is absolutely phenomenal and is definitely worth a check out. So let's start off with the setting. As someone who's grown up in small towns in Texas and has a lot of family all over different parts of Texas, everything feels so authentic about that town. It's so nostalgic feeling from when I go to visit my grandparents, and I love the feel of everything, every building, every look, design. It's honestly amazing. And also, just the way the people act and the music tones in that first segment before the virus strikes, like, it gave that tension of something bad's about to happen without actually telling you. I mean, it did kind of give a lot of mornings with the news clippings, but he was honestly phenomenal. But the setting I really want to talk about right now is the dilapidated city after everything goes down. When you have the government controlling, you have the outposts, you have the buildings falling over with the grass overgrowing on all of it. And oh my gosh, it is so beautiful looking. And with the lighting, it looks exactly like it did in the game. I mean, I don't know about you, but there is something so beautiful about a fallen over, just apocalyptic city that has been retaken by nature. I mean, it just makes you want to explore, and or at least for me, it makes me want to explore and get to know the area and just find every nook and cranny. I don't know what it is about old towns that just it sounds so much fun. And this show really knows what it's doing. Like, it gives you so many different settings, and including some from the games. And that would be the Revolutionary War Museum that we get to see in the game as we're passing through. And oh my gosh, it's exactly like it was in the game, and it's awesome. And that's another point I want to get on, the game to movie point. So it is a different story somewhat. I mean, the whole overarching story is the exact same with a lot of different story beats, but also at the same time, we do have exact same story beats. So we have the scene where they have to get on the expressway. It's too backed up. They take a detour. They go into the city. They take a couple wrong turns, and the next thing they know, their car slipped over. I mean, like, scene for scene, it's basically just how it was in the game. And I like that. The exact same like, they didn't just change the reason to make it easier to film or anything like that. They kept the scene in perfectly. And they did that with a couple jokes here and there, and a couple just heart-wrenching parts of the story. It is so amazing. But phenomenal cast, like I was saying, Anna Torv and Pedro Pascal. And also, Joel's daughter is absolutely adorable in this. She lights up the room every time she walks in. Their relationship is absolutely adorable, and I mean, if you're a parent, it's gonna hit you in the feels. I mean, for me, it was really cool seeing that. And then we have another performance not many people are going to talk about, is the clickers. The clickers, not only are their prosthetics absolutely amazing, oh my gosh, they are so creepy with the funguses growing out of the face, and absolutely beautiful with how much work you could tell they put into this. But the actors who play these people, the stunt people, oh my gosh, just every crink of the neck, every movement, you're just wondering, are they going to catch the good guys? Are they going to find the main characters and kill them? And you're honestly worried about yourself too at some point, because they're creepy, man. Like, even though you know they're not real, just the thought of them being real is terrifying. And I love that. So shout out to the stunt people for that. Like, they did an amazing job with that. So yeah, and the action scenes are absolutely incredible as well. I mean, you're going around killing zombies. There's some tension between guards, Firefly. It is amazing. And you can definitely tell there was love put into the series. There was a love for Last of Us. I mean, you have the original creator on board, and I know a lot of people didn't like Last of Us Part 2, but I think even like the people who only like Last of Us Part 1 will really love this show, because it shows such a love for the original game, and I love it. To any Mummy fans out there, John Hannah does make an appearance with a bone-chilling speech about fungus. So definitely worth a check out. So guys, for anyone still watching, make sure to subscribe, because I will be streaming Last of Us Part 1 every Wednesday, Friday at 10:30 p.m. Central Time. And for anyone who wants to catch up, videos will be on there. All recordings will be posted. And also, if you want to catch up more with when I do like jokes or just random takes for the day, follow me on TikTok at Dumb Comic Book Talks. I hope to see you at the next video or at the stream. And as always, peace out.